And these are the visuals that you're getting of Prime Minister's mega roadshow in Bengaluru. He's being received. You have BJP leaders along with him, including Tejasvi Surya present. He's being given a traditional welcome from what we can see as he begins his roadshow. People gathered along the roads to be able to see Prime Minister Modi as he begins his roadshow. We are yet to see whether it's going to be a roadshow on his as part of his cavalcade where he remains in his vehicle, or will he also take to the street walking as he did earlier in Kerala. But you have party workers and supporters who have gathered on the sides of the road to welcome Prime Minister Modi. Now, what are we looking at? Bengaluru, the capital of Karnataka, which goes to polls, and it's a matter of days before Karnataka votes for its next government, and that's the modus operandi for BJP, which is already in power and hopes to return to power, something that will be challenged. At least the opposition in Karnataka, whether it be the Congress or the JDS, is looking to upset BJP's return. But Prime Minister Modi's roadshow coming at a time, as has been in many states, just days before the voting. BJP hoping to ride strong and high on Prime Minister Modi's popularity amid the masses. You have supporters who have gathered. Now, what are we looking at? It's going to be around a 26-kilometer road show. That's by no length and breadth less number. He's going to be. It's going to touch across 18 assembly constituencies, which means at least 3 Lok Sabha constituencies. That's what we are looking at in Bengaluru. So there are major traffic diversions, restrictions. There are several key routes that are very crucial to Bengaluru and of course are going to be off limit for today as long as this rally is being taken. Police advisories out. I'm also being joined by my colleague Megha. So Megha, let's really talk about the optics. While Prime Minister Modi has begun the roadshow, and this is what BJP is hoping is going to be a huge crowd puller, a huge vote gainer, and going to be able to counter the opposition charges, this being one of the lead strategies of BJP states after states. You also have Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi's rallies expected later today in Karnataka. In terms of optics, how do you weigh this in?
You know, a comparison is going to be drawn, Sneha. The comparison will be drawn between what we are putting out on the screens right now, which is Prime Minister's huge mega rally there in Bengaluru, and of course with what happens in terms of the Sabha or the road shows that Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi also do the same day in the state of Karnataka. This is the last minute spotlight that you are seeing as far as BJP strategy is concerned. You know, this effectively tells you that they are culminating their campaign on such a high note. And the pitch that is being made, which will be made again today by the Prime Minister, is to vote the Bharatiya Janata Party back in the state of Karnataka. Too many issues that were there in this election, but it all got hijacked. Remember, from the day the Congress manifesto was released, the entire, I think, the host of issues that one was talking about when it came to the city of Bengaluru or different regions of Karnataka, everything got hijacked. And now, as far as BJP is concerned, they have turned it into a campaign that is now focusing on either Bajrangbali or Jai Shri Ram. They are, in fact, when Prime Minister yesterday escalated the attack against the Congress and made this very serious charge, accused the Congress of bowing down to terror, appeasing terror, spoke about the Kerala story, the release of the movie, and how the Congress party is having a problem with that because it exposes the truth. So you know what's happening in terms of the issues and how it has got diverted, something that we've seen in the past, and having that experience, we know that such a diversion of issues towards what's been happening there is only advantage BJP. Many political commentators saying that the Congress has shot itself in the foot They really know how to lose elections, especially in the last few days. They've handed an issue on a platter to the BJP, and the BJP has run with it. Well, you see, right now, of course, these visuals from Bengaluru. The people on both sides of the road tell you at least the story of the support the Prime Minister enjoys. Whether it is the western part or the northern part or the eastern part and now the southern part of India, his personal popularity, of course, remains high. And there are many people who just come to see him. Just curious spectators who come to see and greet the Prime Minister. How much of this gets translated into the votes? That we don't know. But yes, Karnataka has been a bastion for the BJP. BJP has done really well in the state over decades. In the last election, and even though they were unable to form the government just after the elections there, falling short of a few seats from majority, yet BJP was the single largest party. This time, there are some numbers that have been put out by agencies, who are doing their ground work there in the surveys. They do suggest that maybe it's a neck and neck fight between the Congress and the BJP there in the state. There are some who are giving a little more, or rather a bit of an edge to the Congress over the Bharatiya Janata Party. But these last few days, Neha, these last few days are going to be very, very crucial. We are speaking to leaders across party lines. JDS, Congress, BJP, and the sense you get is wait really for the last day of the campaigning and then form your opinion as to which way the wind is blowing in the state of Karnataka. So yes, the exit polls are going to be very important. One will be looking at that, but these visuals, at least in the city of Bengaluru, do tell you that the BJP has not lost much of its support, because you're talking about anti-incumbency, you're talking about serious charges of corruption against the Bharatiya Janata Party government there, especially after the new chief minister took over, Mr. Bobai, Yadurappa having to step down, what happened to that optics, those suggesting that the Lingayat community, the biggest vote bank for the Bharatiya Janata Party over years, been not happy because it was seen as if Yadurappa was forced to step down and Mr. Bobai was replaced him. That that one decision of the Bharatiya Janata Party was not taken well by that community, and they may not be voting for the Bharatiya Janata Party this time, but that's really not the case. All the surveys there do suggest that the Lingayat support is still there with the Bharatiya Janata Party. They are still enjoying a majority of the chunk as far as Lingayat voters are concerned, and they are still supporting who they've been supporting for years, which is the BJP, and bringing Yadurappa back right at the fag end. And you saw those visuals of the Prime Minister holding his hand, Mr. Amit Shah having breakfast with his son. That, of course, there were some who said it's damage control, but it has worked. It has really worked for them. But then on the other hand, let's also not forget that you have examples like Jagdish Shettar, who, a former Chief Minister of the Bharatiya Janata Party there, having to quit because he was not accommodated. Ticket was not given to him, crossing over to the Congress side. He's also a Lingayat leader. Will that cause a dent? These are too many questions, as far as the politics there in Karnataka is concerned. But right now, Prime Minister there in this mega roadshow. And let me quickly just take you through the details, Neha. This roadshow, which of course has been split in two parts, Saturday and Sunday. This will be a entirety, I think, 26 kilometers, the entire of the distance that he will be covering in 2 days. Today, he's begun this roadshow just a short while ago. It should be getting over by early afternoon, which is about 1:30 or 2. And today he's moving from Brigade Millennium in JP Nagar to the Namma Circle in Malleshwaram in Bengaluru Central. The number of people, of course, is just a guess right now, the ones who've turned up. You can't really put a finger on that number at this moment. But yes, the estimate does suggest that several lakhs will be there witnessing it firsthand when the Prime Minister is making his way through the roads in Bengaluru.
Right. In fact, it's going to be also interesting, Megha, to see the manner in which a very urban Bengaluru would look into all of this. Bengaluru has also been capital city which has struggled with its infrastructure issues, and you have Prime Minister Modi give out the details of what BJP has delivered, promises. But it's also been a city that has had its own challenges, whether it be with traffic, whether it be with commuting, whether it be with the drainage system, waste disposal, polluted lakes. So it's going to be very interesting to see, and also the fact remains a very, very weak voting percentage on the crucial poll day. That's always been a struggle for Bengaluru. Also a largely urban problem, but particularly if you're talking about Bengaluru, because Prime Minister Modi is holding this his roadshow here, and the roadshow is underway. So it's going to be interesting how a very urban Bengaluru looks at this as well, Megha.
Yeah, that's correct. But remember, Sneha, you, of course, despite the fact that problems are there in Bengaluru, infrastructure problems are there, transport problems are there. Remember, in the couple of years back, you saw the kind of water submergence that happened in many parts, the lower parts of the city of Bangalore. There were cars and vehicles and lower levels of the buildings completely submerged, and that was a huge, huge problem. Just 2 days of rains, and then it had caused so much of a havoc in the city. So those problems are there, they are existing. But let's not forget that when it comes to these cities, the urban areas, they have traditionally been, especially in Karnataka, they have traditionally been a stronghold for the Bharatiya Janata Party.